everybody. Welcome back to day 23 of the Paige Station Post Office dig. We've really started getting to the bottom of most of the stuff that we are going to take out of this site, but we still are finding some pretty good things, leaving lots of holes for now because we don't have to worry about it since it's private property. But Brian says that he just found something over here. That's glass, I think. Yep. It's a broken lid of, oh no, see those ridges right there?
Yeah.
I think that is a really large electrical conductor thing that you see on telephone poles, and it's just broken.
That's all that pink stuff we saw.
Maybe. It's purple, or that could be a design for some sort of wine glass goblet bowl or something. But yeah, glass. Okay. What are you hoping to find today, Rebecca?
I'm hoping to maybe find a marble or something.
Hoping to find what?
A marble.
A marble?
Or something just like Brian found on his first try.
Okay, what are you hoping to find, Brian?
Hopefully another marble or lid liner.
Lid liner. Okay, cool. All right. Well, we're going to turn you off and we're going to get busy discovering stuff. Okay, so I got a number here that was looking like the eating utensils we've got before. Dug up this nondescript little piece of metal or stone, I'm not sure which, but kept on checking the hole, and there's a big piece of iron down underneath here. Don't know if you can see that right now, but I think, oh, there it comes. Okay, so let's see what we got. Doesn't look like a lot. Let me see if I've got one of my brushes here. Yeah, whatever it is, it's seen better days, that's for sure. Okay. So right away, I see this little U-shaped thing here for screwing something down to hold it. I see what looks like the end of something where you would put a knob to turn this. This could have been a knob as well right here. Not sure what to make out of the rest of this, although no, I wouldn't say this whole thing turns. Not quite sure what to make of this. We have been finding parts of Model T cars around here, so maybe it's something automotive. Hard to say. If this, whoop, and that just came right off of there. Just like that. Okay, well, if this looks familiar to anybody, I'm not holding out hope, but if it does, leave me a comment, or if you have a guess, tell me your guess. I'd like to hear from you. That's interesting. Okay, talk to you later. Well, I was digging this hole and found part of a lid liner, and was afraid, and it's the one with the arrow on it, was afraid that I had broken it. But that's not the target, so I kept digging and just pulled up a nice condition spoon. Little scrape mark on the bowl from the digging tool. So that's cool. Kind of a plain spoon, I think. Probably one of those Rogers spoons like I've been seeing. This does not appear to have much of a design on the end of the handle. Oh well, that's cool. Oh, what's this? Another piece of the lid liner. Maybe I did break it. Sigh. Well, this is not something I would have imagined uncovering.
He's hopping, that means
Come on, fella, get out of there. Go on. Or I'll pick you up. There you go. All right, skedaddle with you. There you go. That's interesting. Okay, Brian called me over, said he found something new. Oh my God. Is that what I think it is?
Uh-huh.
Yes, it is.
A marble.
I told you blue's my favorite color, right?
Uh-huh.
Let's see here.
Not a damage.
Here, hold that for a second. That's a pretty marble, Brian.
Yep.
It's a real pretty marble,
Yeah,
Brian.
You want it?
Can I have it?
Yeah, it's yours.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
You're sure?
I'm sure.
All right. Thank you very much. That is a pretty marble right there.
I won't put that in the pouch. Yep.
I don't want to get banged up with all that iron in there.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, so Rebecca just pulled something out of the hole that the marble came out of. And it looks like it could be a doorstop. I mean, it's got this screw that goes into the wall just like you would see a doorstop, but then the door would hit here. So why is there an opening for something to be screwed in there? That doesn't make any sense. Do you have your brush, Rebecca, that I let you borrow? Wait, I got one. Here. Go ahead and clean that off real good. Faster. And all down the handle that you're holding. I mean, it looks just like a doorstop. But just because something looks just like something doesn't mean that's what it is, you know. Here, let's see. It's got a hole right there on that end. But you know what? I'll post this to my ID group on Facebook and see if they can figure it out. All right? Good find. I don't know what that is. I'm really curious. Okay, Brian called me over, said I should bring my camera. He found something. What'd you find over there, Brian?
What appears to me is a...
What's that glass down there at the bottom there?
That's just a broken glass.
Okay, and there's some more broken glass. Okay, and what is that? Something white.
Another button.
It is a button. It's another one of those white porcelain or glass, whatever they are, buttons. All right, good find, Brian.
Yep.
Okay, so right here by the wall of the post office, I found this contraption. And I have no idea. I think it's probably the wire frame for a seat that would have been upholstered. What do you guys think? Add your comment below, please. Let me know. Thanks. Okay, so I am outside the post office wall and got a target, which is like a piece of metal. I was gonna pull it, but I heard a little tink like it was gonna break, so I decided to dig the whole thing up. That's pear pliers. That's cool. Don't think they're ever gonna open and close again, but that's cool. Go ahead and put those in a tub for me. Okay, Brian called me over, said he found something.
What appears to be is some type of a plug.
Oh, that is a fuse. No. Well,
It has 2 lines on the inside.
yeah, where you would plug something else into. Oh, this is where you put this into a light socket that takes a light bulb. Then you plug something else in here. It's kind of like an extension cord, very small. That's kind of cool. Pretty good condition.
Yeah.
All right, here you go. You can put that in the tub. Good find. Okay, got a big iron target under here. Don't think it's moving yet. Oh, 1 second. It's pretty big. Nope, it's not moving yet. All right, I'm gonna move this over here. See if I can pry it up. I'm hearing some cracking like it's gonna break, so better uncover more of it. It's over 1 foot long. I think this is the end of it right over here. Well, maybe not. It's way out to here. I think I'm breaking it because I'm trying to lift up on it. It's still here underneath the dirt. It's more like 2 feet long now. There we go. Okay, so it's a metal band. It's got a bolt going through it right here. It's got a hole that's broken off or bent. Probably broken off right there. Half a hole. Okay, so we found a target. It presented really small. Well, kind of long, like a big piece of rebar or something. But as we started digging and digging more, you can kind of see it starting to take shape. From that place up there where that circle is, there's another one right next to it which broke a little bit, to this thing which goes over there and then around and goes underneath that edge, and it goes all the way to the other side of this hole. And I would say this hole is about 4 feet long now and about 3.5 feet wide, and this piece of metal is taking up the entire hole. We haven't found all the edges yet, but this piece right here is very curious. This is like copper band going around whatever the structure is, and look at this design right here. It's artistically done, the way it narrows and comes back and spreads out with these holes in here. Even down here you can see all these holes that go around and this big open curved space here. We have no idea. Maybe one of you guys can help us ID this. We'll let you know when it's out. So here's what it looks like so far. You can see we've very much expanded the hole. I'm just going to walk around it and point different things out. First is this lid that's very white, and I don't think it's paint. Let me step down in here. I mean, it could be paint, but I think it's the type of metal, or maybe both. Then we've got this thing, which one metal detector thought it was a gasket to an engine, and I thought at first, before I uncovered all this, I thought, no, it's attached to this metal thing here. It's not a gasket. but now it looks like it's just bent around the metal stuff in here. Then we've uncovered all of this round disc here, but even though I can move it, I don't want to, because I moved it just a little bit and I heard a little tink like breaking of metal. So we're going to dig out a lot over here behind it, underneath it, and see if it's connected to this other big circle that's right here. These two things I think are just cans. We found another one yesterday, which I took home, and it's very brittle. It had a bottom which broke very quickly, but we see other big pieces of metal right here. This is one big piece of metal coming around with this curved shape over to here, and I'm kind of standing near the edge of it, which is why we're making this thing much bigger than it was. This almost looks like a barrel of some sort. This thing over here is attached and almost looks like a windshield wiper arm, maybe. We found another one yesterday over in that area. This edge of whatever it is just falling apart and breaking apart very easily, as you can see. Okay, so we'll keep on digging out and around everything before we try and move anything to see what it is. But from pictures I saw of the old Model A's and Model T's, this could be a gas tank, because a gas tank sat outside behind the cab usually. So that's one thing it might be. Anyway, that's it for now. We'll let you know more later. Okay, Rebecca called us over to video something she pulled out, or she's getting ready to pull out of the surface, or out of the dirt. Sorry, I can't talk here. That's right, dig all underneath it. Oh, that's glass right there, I think. Go ahead and wiggle that, see if you can pull it out. Try and let her do it. Go ahead, grab onto it real hard and wiggle it. It'll come, I think. Or try the top part. Nope, okay. Get up higher. Don't scrape the glass. Alright. Go to the left of it now on top. Now use your hand. See if you can wiggle it now. The other piece, the round piece. There you go. What is that? Is that a lid liner? I've never seen that before. That is not a lid liner. That is something else. It sure looks like a headlamp to a car to me, or a flashlight, but more likely to a car thing with that symbol. Anybody seen this before? It does not look like a lid liner at all. It does not have a lip to sit in the lid or on top of a jar. What is that, guys? I have no idea. Rebecca, that's a great find. You found something brand new.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go put this in my pouch so nothing happens to it, okay? You got broken glass and rusty bits?
Yeah, I found them.
Okay, good find.
Way to go, girl. Thank you.
Hey, Rebecca, good job. Well, I just dug this up down over in this area here, and it says White's Cream Vermifuge on it. Still has liquid in it because it has a rusty old top on it, but I think it's been slowly leaking out because I found a bunch of green, like slimy stuff there. I'm gonna try and take out this plate thing. I've dug around it a lot. I'm hoping it's not attached to everything else. Well, it looks like it's broken off of something else, but it came freely. I didn't hear any noise. It's got a shiny round center, like a lid of a can was rusted to it or something. But if you look at the side of it, it's got a scalloped edge here. I don't know what you want to call it, a beveled edge that goes around it. So could it have been a seat for something? It's a big, might be big enough to put a skinny butt on, but it could also have been a lid for something, a can. Okay, so that changes the geometry of this thing a little bit. That's probably another, just like what I pulled out, another lid over there. We'll try and get that separated from whatever it's laying on and see if we can pull it free without breaking it. Okay, we think we freed this. I think it's just the top lid to the can. Go ahead, Brian, try and remove it. Hold it straight up and down, not sideways. That way you're not putting too much pressure on an edge. Turn around, let me see the other side. Okay, tilt it back towards you. Okay, good. All right, go ahead and lay it up on top somewhere. And once again, that changes the shape and geometry of this object. Rebecca called me over because she's found something. Pointed out. Yeah, that looks like the end of a fork. Can you wiggle it? Nope. Okay, start up here. You got a whole lot of dirt sitting on top of there. So you're gonna have to remove a whole lot of dirt. Dig it in. Yeah, like that. That's right. Flick it away from me. Not towards me. That way. Actually, here, let me see if I can pull this. Brian, see if you can get that. Okay. Be careful. The utensil might be bent up, and then you'll damage it by going in right on top of it. Go to the side. Go over here. Dig this out. Just take this. Let me show you. Dig this and push it straight down, really hard. There you go. Don't hit the utensil. Stay away from it. Nope, you're hitting it, Rebecca. I don't want you to make me record you hitting stuff. Oh, you're hitting something else here. Iron. Brian, see if you can pull this root away. And that one. Okay. Go in like that and then pull that away. Okay, now start taking that. There you go. Okay, hold on. You're getting a little bit too close. So, yeah, there's more iron. We'll worry about that later. Go ahead and give that a wiggle. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. It's a spoon!
How about that?
And let me see the end of it.
All in one piece, too.
Okay, does not have the rows on the end like the last two spoon handles that I found. But that's all right. You found a really nice spoon, Rebecca. Beautiful condition. Let me see on the right here in the back. It's not focusing. Let me see. That's not going to focus. All right, it's focusing on the ground and behind. It's just too small. It's not. But great find. I bet you it's another Rogers spoon like all the others I've been digging up.
I'm really proud of myself that I was able to find this.
Yeah, really good, Rebecca.
My first find in a spoon. I get a spoon.
Okay, so as you saw, that can is sitting on another lid. We didn't want to try and separate them because one of them would break. And that was the other lid that we removed. And this, yes, indeed, whoever it was that said they've uncovered lots of gaskets, that is a gasket. 4-cylinder engine. 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like. So we're going to remove everything else today. I think at least that's what we're shooting for. The thing that was over on the other side that looked like maybe it was a windshield wiper blade or handle, looks like it was had a hook on the end maybe, and it's just hanging on by what's left of a very rusted wire. There's that can that I think it was a can, and they put the lid back on it, or they never used it and it just rusted out. Then we have the bottle that was White's Cream Vermifuge and still has liquid in it with the cap on. And then we have another white lid right here. Okay, so there's another white lid right here, and I think it's sitting on top of another larger lid that is bent down on top of this canister. And because that was a gasket, I think this canister, because it's way too small to be an oil drum, I think it is a gas can for like a Model T, I mean a gas tank for Model T or a Model A. The kind that sits up nice and shiny behind the passenger cab. Okay, so from everything we've seen so far, you know, a lid over there, two cans separate with another lid, and a separate gasket, and another lid over there. I think that this white thing is just another lid sitting on top of a much larger lid. So we're going to work on getting rid of this smaller lid off of the big one. See if we can lift it up without breaking it. Then we'll do the same with the big one, and that will expose the can or canister shaped thing underneath. So that's the game plan. All right, here we go. Look at that. All one piece. It's just a big lid from what I think is a white paint can. A can of white paint. Big one. And we had several here. All right. A lot of thick glass that was trapped under there. And some thin glass. Just a lot of glass. Lots of tiny little pieces too. All right. We'll put you back on pause for now, or back on time lapse until we get the next big piece of metal lid off. Okay, I dug out underneath this piece quite a bit, and I'm sorry to say, I think it's just a series of lids and a gasket and cans that were just juxtapositioned in a way to make it look like some fantastical thing. But I'm afraid all we have are lids, squashed cans, although this can that I just took up from there looks like this is a very thin lid, which is about the same shape as the bottom. It might be squished a little bit as far as the can goes, but this can was a very thin lid with a very thin can with a very thin lid that closed down over the top of it. I don't know what that could have held. Do any of you guys have any ideas what a can like that would hold? Maybe cigars, cigarettes, I don't know what else.
Can't be chewing tobacco.
I don't think it'd be tobacco. It'd be too thin.
Yeah.
All right. This whole big thing is getting ready to move. It's coming apart in sections because it's so rusted through, but I think it's just a large lid. It's double walled, looks like. Not sure what kind of view everybody's getting here. Hold on a second. Yeah, they got your feet. Okay. Looks like it's double walled, bent over here, like the bent over part of a big oil drum. But I think this is the lid, maybe, to a big oil drum. And it's breaking apart into sections. But most lids I wouldn't think were double walled, but this sure looks like it. Okay, now for the big piece. Pretty sure it's just a big lid for a steel drum, 50-gallon drum. But this piece here, this barrel underneath, is not 50-gallon size. I think this is just the bottom of a can. Yep, about like a gallon-sized paint can. Oh, there we go, it just all emptied out. Looks like it had tar in the bottom of it, something like for roofing, to coat a roof so that you could seal up leaks. Okay, on to the next thing. We may have to clean off a little bit here to figure out what the next thing is going to be. You know, this could even be a trash can. The bottom of a small trash can that got crushed, those steel cans. All right, go ahead. Very carefully. Looks like a lid stuck inside of a can, and the can was squashed. Lay it back down this direction a little bit. Yeah. Okay, good. Okay, so I cleared out underneath all of this, and I'm pretty sure it's a lid. Of course, I broke up this lid here, trying to get it off. But there's another lid here. There's a big lid right here. There's a smaller lid right here. They're all kind of stuck together, rusted together. So I dug underneath pretty good. I'm gonna try and separate it. It's gonna break the big lid right there. There it goes. That's all it is. It's just a big oil drum lid. That's a smaller lid, made heavier because of this oil drum part on top of it, and all the sand still stuck underneath. They did a burn here, which accounts for the change of color of this gray you see all around us, and then this white chalky stuff under here is the white ash from a big burn they had. Fortunately, we pulled out a couple intact bottles from here, so that's pretty cool. We do have this other thing here, which is not shaped like a lid at all, and I don't know if it's something I can pull out yet. See if I can free it. Alright, I think it might come out. Let's give it a shot. Oh, the bottom broke off. So, it looks like a can that was crushed. As you can see right here how this goes down. It's hard to say. It is round like a can right here. This part was connected like right there, so I think we're just missing part of the can that was here. Here's the other part of the can. It was just crushed down. You can see the empty spot here. 2 layers. This is one side, this is the other side. They're just crushed together. A lot of weight, whatever it was. And part of the can is missing on this side. So yeah, it was just a can. But I shouldn't be surprised. We have all these lids here. So now we have all the cans. So they did do a burn. That's why all this white ash is down here. Lots of broken glass. I'll show them the broken glass.
All right. So here's all the broken glass.
Don't get too close. Lots of broken glass. We have one intact bottle we found yesterday and another we found today. And that ceramic insulator, electrical insulator thing. So, looks like this hole is finally done. Sorry it wasn't like a spaceship or a car or a portal to the hidden underground headquarters of the Illuminati, or a knight in a knight's armor or anything like that. But you see, you put all this stuff on top of each other and it forms all these shapes, and with all the dirt over it, you just really don't know. I'm glad you stuck with me long enough to see the truth of what everything was, you know, see the discovery. But there's still some stuff to be discovered. There's some glass hanging out of the wall over here. There's a looks like there's a hole right here. Oh, that's just something that fell out. Okay. Anyway, that's it. Okay, welcome to today's wrap-up. This is a wrap-up for the last 2 days, the 22nd and 23rd trips to, the 23rd and 24th trips to the Paige post office dig site. So I'm going to go over very quickly what we got. We found a big monster target, as you saw previously. This is one of the cans from that target that we dug up. It was in a sidewall. It wasn't one of the 2 cans that we saw mostly in the videos. This is what one of the things is that I thought was a windshield wiper, but looking at the patterns on this piece of metal, I think it was a thin piece of rebar. Found a 90-degree elbow pipe. I think this is the hasp of a lock, the way it's shaped and the size of it. Found some pliers on day 23. It's kind of cool. Also on day 23 we found this contraption. Not sure what it is, but it went, this center post right here went into this hole, and it just came out while I was cleaning it. So it looks like these 2 areas here are meant to screw this contraption down to something, and then maybe this turns. I doubt it though, but something turns on here. Maybe it's this post right here. It looks like it was wrapped with something else, or maybe this turns right here. Anyway, if anybody's seen anything like that or can identify that, I sure would appreciate it, because that is something I've not seen before. Okay, growing up, I've seen these. This is Bryant 550 watt, 250 volt converter from a light socket to a electrical socket. And this is the first glass stopper that I've ever found. Too bad it's broken and chipped. I'm sure there'll be more. This looks just like a doorstop, except for this hole here. Because this would be screwed into the wall this way, and a door would swing and hit here on the end. So I don't understand this. If anybody can help me figure that out. Maybe it was done on the floor like that, and there was something soft put in here. Anyway, if somebody knows, let me know. Found this piece of ceramic tube. Not sure when it went to. Found another one of these little red beads. We're finding them all over inside the post office. Found this pretty purple glass. It looks from these beaded marks on the back, on the underside, that maybe it was one of those electrical insulators that are on telephone poles, but this is all we found. It was these pieces. Found a 22 bullet unfired excuse me, in the post office. Found what I think is the end of a tube that you squeeze stuff out of, and let me turn it around this way so you can see why I think that. Little piece of pottery. Found the remains of a shoe in that big dig that we were doing on days 23 and 24. And it looks like it went up the ankle. Looks like maybe it was a child's shoe from the size. Found parts of the heel with some rubber still attached. Some nails to keep it together. This probably was going over the nails. Here's another piece, kind of rusty nut. Found this, I don't know what it is, but it's not rusting like steel. Oh, found another piece of the shoe. Found some copper pipe right there, and found some copper wire. Oh, right there, which is insulated. And so let's get to the better finds, the ones that we like the most. On day 23, I found this really nice Rogers nickel silver spoon. It's got the roses on it, top and middle. And you probably won't be able to see it in this picture, but I'll supply a zoomed in picture of it. And found a white porcelain button, which we found before. Brian found this beautiful blue marble, which he gifted to me. Thank you very much, Brian. And then yesterday, Rebecca found her first eating utensil, this almost perfectly shaped and conditioned spoon. It's another Rogers spoon because I zoomed in on it there at the dig site. Really good condition. And then we found a lid liner on day 23. It's a ball lid liner. It says genuine zinc cap for ball mason jars. And then the best finds. On day 23, we found another intact bottle. I found out that this symbol here means ounces, and the 3 eyes means 3 ounces. There's looks like maybe milliliters on this corner and ounces on this corner. The symbol on the back between the 7 and the 903 are two inverted F's and stands for Foster Forbes Bottling Company. Then yesterday we found this bottle with liquid still in it, and it's White's Cream Vermifuge. And researching it, I found out that it is combined of worm seed oil and castor oil, and it is supposed to be, the way they advertise it back in the day was if your children are lacking energy or fretful or losing weight, they probably have worms, like ringworms or hookworms, and so you give them this and it's supposed to get rid of the worms. Circa 1915, I think. But it's got a screw cap, so I'm not sure. I think that's about it. Oh, we also found this wire contraption. At first I thought maybe it was the support for a seat. It's round. It would have been upholstered, and that would have given it some springiness to the seat. But then I was just looking at something else, vintage things, and an old like 1930s desk fan came up, and it had a grill to protect you from the blades, very much like this. Very, very much like this. So I don't know if it was that and it got flattened or what. If anybody has a suggestion, please leave it below in the comments. I'd like to see what your all's ideas are. And this piece, I don't know, I think it was a cap to a bottle maybe, and it had a wire that you would pull to remove it. Does this look familiar to anybody? I'm sorry, let me get this in the center. That's what I think it was. I think it was a wire cap to a bottle, sealed around here and pulled up to remove it. Also, there's one more thing. So when we first saw this, I thought maybe it was a lid liner, and then it did not have the lip that I saw on all the other lid liners, so I knew it couldn't be a lid liner. But then a viewer correctly identified it as a bottle or jar top, and it sits on a jar, and there is a very, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a very fine lip that goes around the side, and it sits, there would be a rubber seal on top of the jar. This would go on top of the rubber seal, and a wire bail would slip over and hold it down. Anyway, that's another great find. Rebecca gave that to me in exchange for me buying her own personal digging knife. So that is supposed to arrive today, and I'm really happy to get this. This is pretty cool. Thank you, Rebecca.
You're welcome.
All right. All right. So that is the finds for days 23 and 24 at the Paige Station Post Office dig site. Thanks for watching.